For many people, election season ends in November after the results of the election are publicized. But for people like former Democratic Congressman Beto O'Rourke, election season is one continuous cycle. On Monday, O'Rourke flew in from his native El Paso to represent his organization, Powered by the People at UT Austin, in a meet and greet set up by the University Democrats to encourage students to register to vote. Powered by the People is a Democratic advocacy group in Texas that works to mobilize voters by registering them and through engagement events. Students lined up in front of Gregory Gym to meet with O'Rourke and have the opportunity to take a photo with him.
I think the students, and probably nowhere more so than here at UT, are going to decide the outcome of these elections, including if they don't vote. If they don't vote, we're going to get the status quo. So if you like things the way they are right now, then stay at home. But if you want change, this is change right here on this campus. If this campus turned out in full force, it would determine the next governor, the next U.S. senator, the composition of the House of Representatives, the state House, the state Senate. So a lot of voting power right here at UT. I find that UT students are often already very engaged. They're often already registered to vote, and very often we're helping them update their registration. So for example, you may have a student here from El Paso, Texas, and they're registered in their home county of El Paso, but they want to vote here in Austin. So we can update their voter registration for Travis County. But the conversations are always great. They're informed, people are engaged. They want to take part in this, but they also want to find out what more they can do beyond just voting. And so volunteering for Powered by People is a way that they can step up, or getting on a campaign or supporting a candidate. So it's a very involved, very engaged student population.
I think it's important to come to events like this because it just shows that you care for your community and America in general. I mean, I came here not only just to see him, but I checked to see if I was a voter, registered voter still. I think it's just good to overall be involved in your community instead of just staying away from that, which, some people are allowed to do that. But I think overall, everyone should be connected to their community.
O'Rourke's visit comes during a time when the conduct of elections itself has become a political issue. 2 weeks ago, a federal court blocked a redrawn Texas congressional map that had been redrawn by Republicans in the state legislature at the urging of President Trump. The Supreme Court issued a stay to allow the new map to be implemented while the court determines the outcome of the case.
It's really up in the air right now. I'm not holding my breath that this current composition of the Supreme Court is going to stand up for voting rights, democracy, and true single-member districts. But it really doesn't matter what the final lines are on these maps. We're not going to concede any single one of these districts. We're going to fight everywhere. And we're going to make sure that we field the strongest, best candidates with the best campaigns behind them, and the voters who can decide the outcome of these elections.
In 2018, O'Rourke challenged Senator Ted Cruz for his seat in the U.S. Senate. While his campaign for Senate and later the Texas gubernatorial race in 2022 were unsuccessful, he found his niche as an organizer for voting rights. This is the role that he sees himself in for the immediate future.
I don't know that I'm going to be on the ballot in 2026, but I'm going to be out in Texas helping everyone who's going to be on the ballot. So right now, we're still ahead of the December 8th filing deadline. I'm working with others to recruit candidates to run for down ballot races for state House and state Senate, for example. And then once the filing deadline's over, I am full-time working alongside other volunteers to reach, register, and then turn out those voters in the primary and then in the general election.
O'Rourke will return to UT next Monday for a conversation at the LBJ Bass Lecture Hall at 4 p.m. hosted by the Patman Center for Civic Engagement. The event is currently at capacity, but if you want to meet him, be on the lookout for him on campus next Monday. For TSTV News, I'm Kai Fong.